Hello students, how are you? Students, yesterday I explained 7 part of the lesson. Now today I am going to explain 8th part of it. Listen. All the while Miss Pumfray hovered anxiously in the background, ringing a dozen times a day for the latest bulletins. Student Mr. Harry is saying, while Tiki was in the hospital, Miss Pumfray called Mr. Harriet dozen times in a day in order to ask about the condition of Tricky, if he was being recovered or not. I dodged the questions about whether his questions were being turned regularly or his correct quote was according to the weather, but I was able to tell her that the little fellow was out of danger and convalescing rapidly. And after ignoring all questions of Miss Pumfray regarding changing of Tricky's cushions regularly or giving him correct coat to wear according to the weather, like that, Mr. Harriet only informed her that Tricky was out of danger and he was being recovered rapidly. The word convalescing seemed to do something to Mrs. Pumfray, and the word after listening convalescing, the word convalescing means that Tricky was being recovered from the illness. Mrs. Pumfray became very happy. She started to bring round fresh eggs, 2 dozen at a time, to build up Tricky's strength. After that, after listening the words convalescing that Tricky was being recovered rapidly from his illness, then he started bringing a dozen round fresh eggs for Tricky in order to build his strength. For a happy period, my partners and I had 2 eggs each for breakfast. But when the bottles of wine began to arrive, the real possibilities of the situations began to dawn on the household. And when Miss Pumfray started bringing fresh round eggs, then it was the happy time for Mr. Harriet and his partners, because Mr. Harriet was also taking 2 eggs daily. And after few days, bottles of wine was being delivered from Miss Pumfray. Then Mr. Harriet was feeling very happy because he was not giving total quantity of food which was being delivered by Miss Pumfray to Tricky. It was to enrich Tricky's blood. Lunch became a ceremonial occasion with 2 glasses of wine before and served during the meal. And It was to enrich Ticky's blood, and those items, food items, which were being delivered by Ms. Pumphrey were for enriching Ticky's blood. And lunch became a ceremonial occasion those days for Mr. Harriet and his partner. He used to take 2 glasses of wine before and several during the meal time. Now students, I think you will have understood the meaning of this part of the lesson. Now I request you to read and write the explanation which I will provide in written, and tomorrow I will explain the next part of it. Thank you and have a nice day.